Hello again everyone, it's Mel from Stocksbridge Guitar Tech, and in today's video I'm going to do something a little bit different for you. I'm going to show you the circle of fifths. Now you've probably seen this before. If you've looked on the internet or something, you will probably have come across this circle of fifths or heard about it. I just think it's a really useful tool to use. A lot of people seem to get confused by it, so I'm going to show you the diagram and just go through it with you and explain how you can use it. It's very useful when you start wanting to learn songs for yourself from, for example, a DVD or a tape, and you want to work out the chords for yourself. It can come in very useful for that, and also for your own composition. If you want to start writing your own songs, it's a very useful tool, very simple to use. So let's zoom in and I'll show you this circle of fifths diagram and explain how you can use it. So as you can see here, we've got the circle of fifths with C major in the 12 o'clock position. Now if we move in a clockwise direction around this clock face, we go up in perfect fifths. So G is a perfect fifth of C. It's in the 1 o'clock position and it has one sharp. And then if we go from G to D, which is in the 2 o'clock position, D has two sharps in it. Then from D, we go up another fifth, we get to A, which is in the 3 o'clock position and it has three sharps in it. We carry on, we get to E in the 4 o'clock position with four sharps in it. And then go up another fifth, we're at B at 5 o'clock and we have five sharps. Now we get to the 6 o'clock position. We go up from B, we get to F sharp, which has six sharps in it. Now F sharp and G flat are basically the same. So what I like to do here is change over to G flat, which has six flats in it as well. And then we can carry on going up in fifths. So we go up a fifth from G flat, we arrive at D flat. But now we're going down in number. G flat has six flats, D flat has five flats. And then we go up a fifth from D flat, we get to A flat, which has four flats. Go up a fifth, we're at E flat, which has three flats. Then we get to B flat, which has two flats. From B flat we go up a fifth, we arrive at F, which has a single flat. And then we go up a fifth from F and we're back at C major. Now some people call this the circle of fourths and they go in an anti-clockwise direction with it. So from C to F is a fourth, from F to B flat is a fourth, but it's more commonly known as the circle of fifths, and we go in a clockwise direction. It's a very useful tool because you can just look at it and instantly see how many sharps or flats a particular key has. But it doesn't end there. We also can see in the inner circle we have the relative minors, so A minor, E minor, etc. These are all the relative minors of the key that's in the same segment. So for G it has one sharp, so does E minor. I've also put what the sharps and flats actually are, because sometimes you can get these circle of fifths and they don't show you this information, or they do show it, but they show it on a musical stave, which is fine if you read music, but if you don't read music it's going to be meaningless to you. So I've just written in what the sharps and flats are for each key. So we can see if something has one sharp, one flat, or if it has however many sharps or flats in it. Another way we can use this diagram is to find out the best chords to use in a key. So in C, this is our 1 chord. Now, to find the 4 chord, we just go anti-clockwise to the next segment and we find our 4 chord, which is F. If we go clockwise, we find our 5 chord, which is G. So we now know that in the key of C major, our 1 chord is C, 4 chord is F, and our 5 chord is G. But we can also find the 6 chord underneath, the 2 chord underneath the 4, and the 3 chord underneath the 5. So we can see 6 of the 7 possible chords within each scale. The only one that's missing is the 7th chord, which is a half diminished chord and is rarely used anyway. So these are the main 6 chords that you would find in a song, or you would want to use in your own songs in a chord progression. And this works with any keys. I've highlighted in yellow the key of C major just so we can see how it works. But if we take a step anti-clockwise from whatever key, we will find the 4 chord. Take a step clockwise, we will find the 5 chord. And then in the inner circle, we can find the 2, 3 and 6 chords. So for example, if we wanted to find the 4 chord in E flat major, we take a step anti-clockwise and we get to A flat. So A flat is the 4 chord of E flat major. And to find the 5 chord, we take a step clockwise, which takes us to B flat. So we now know that B flat is the 5 chord in E flat major. And then of course in the inner segments we find the 2 chord, the 6 chord, and the 3. So all you do is you find the key that you want to work in, and then just by taking this one step anti-clockwise and one step clockwise, you can find 6 chords out of that particular key, which is fantastic for learning songs from a tape or something if you don't have the music or the tab. And it's also it's a great songwriting tool, because you will instantly be able to see the best chords to use from within that key. As you can see, it's a very, very useful little tool, this circle of fifths. It allows you to see at a glance how many sharps or how many flats a particular key has. You can instantly see the relative minor to any key, and you can also see the most relevant 6 chords out of the 7 in a major key that are most likely to appear within that key. So it's a very, very useful all-round tool, especially for budding songwriters when you're trying to come up with your own chord progressions. But also when you see on the internet, you might see someone saying a 2-5-1 progression, and you're thinking, what's that? Well, if you look at these chords and you see the little 2, if it's in lowercase 2, it's usually written in Roman numerals, so it will be lowercase I. If there's 2 of those, it means it's the 2 chord, and it means it's minor because it's in lowercase. If it's in capitals, uppercase Roman numerals, then it's a major chord. So we've already discussed previously that within the major scale there are 7 chords, 3 major, 3 minor, and then the 7th one is diminished, which is seldom used in Western music, outside of jazz anyway. So the 1, 4 and 5 chords in a major scale are always major chords, and the 2, 3 and 6 chords are always minor chords. And you can figure out those chords for any key using this circle of fifths just by taking 1 step anti-clockwise and 1 step clockwise from the key that you're trying to find the chords for. It's very, very easy to use, very, very useful. So I hope you found that information helpful. Thanks for watching today. As ever, please do subscribe to my channel and click the little bell notification, and I'll be coming back soon with another lesson for you. That's all from me today. So bye for now. See you soon.